This is the second video in this series of having one English video every Sunday, and as always, as I repeat, what is the main objective of this series? Very simple. Technical skills are going to help you to survive in the industry, but communication skills are the ones that are going to help you to grow in the industry. The way you deal with people, the way you talk, the way you act, the way you behave. So that is the reason I really feel the major language that you use is English, that we use is English. So it is really important to have good listening skills so that you interpret what people are saying, you understand it, and also you should have proper speaking skills. Your tense should be correct, your sentence should be correct. So this series, I really feel that it is going to help you improve your listening skills as well as speaking skills. If you find any sentence which I use, which you can use, and for me, I personally feel this is going to help me to improve my speaking skills. What is today's topic of discussion? Simple. It is work from home and work from office, which is advantages and what are the benefits and what are the disadvantages as well. So I have worked in work from home for almost 3 years now, and I've work from office for 2 years, almost 2 years. So I really feel I've seen both sides of it, so I would be able to give you a good opinion on this, and you can take some points out of this as well, and based on that you can finally conclude. Apart from this, I had few topics planned. First thing, what I have noticed is introduce yourself for interviews. I have noticed in the comments that this was asked multiple times. Another one, explain your project in the interview. I really feel any interview that you go, the first most important thing they ask you is introduce yourself, means explain about yourself, and next most important thing they ask you is explain about your project. So it is really important to do these two things, but I think it's important that we know all the points when we discuss. So probably next week or the next week I'll cover these two topics in 2 weeks together, so that I'll get some time to make all the points which are required and why a particular sentence should be said in that way. Because you know what is important is not just me telling you what to say, it is about me making you understand why that something needs to be said, so that in a different situation, if same thing you need to use, you can then definitely use it. So that is upcoming weeks. For today, let's talk about work from home, work from office, what is disadvantages and what are the disadvantages and what are the advantages. Now you can ask me, what is the advantage of seeing this video? Remember one thing, when I talk about work from office, I am going to always talk in the past, because that is something I have done in the past. So you can notice how I am using the past tense and you can make a note of it. When I am talking about work from home, I'm going to either talk about right now, or I'm going to talk about the past time that I have spent, the previous time I have spent in work from home. So here as well, you'll find a differentiation how I am referring to that and how I am talking about right now and as well as the future. You know, first most important thing, I feel work from home is comfortable, true. But when I was a fresher, notice how I say, I don't say when I am a fresher, when I was a fresher. It is already over some years before. So when I was a fresher, what I felt, again it is in the past tense, what I felt was the major advantage back then was that, see, the concept of work from home, work from office, remote jobs and all these things have evolved post-COVID. But before that, because it is also in the past tense, but before COVID, we don't have all these thoughts. There is only one thought: wake up in the morning, go to office, come back from office. What I really feel lacks right now, but what was there back then was the bonding, the gap that is existing right now, especially as a fresher. There are different perspectives in which you can see these things, but the first thing is that you see it from the fresher perspective, from a new guy perspective. What is important for a fresher is that the exposure that one has about the project is very less. Means when you enter a project as a fresher, there are a lot of things which you don't know, and it's really impossible for somebody to be in a call and explain you every single thing and make you understand and make you listen. When somebody shows you something, when somebody tells you something, that is when you can really interpret it and you can understand. I personally feel as a fresher, or at least a couple of years, first 1 year, 2 year, until you get understanding of that particular project, until you get the functional knowledge, understand the project structure, you should spend some time in office. And why is this? And how is it going to help you? Let's say today, right now, you are a fresher, you have joined the project, maybe 6 months, 2 months, 3 months, whatever you have spent, whatever the time you have spent in the project, it is fine. You have a doubt. You are going to approach your lead who is remote from you. You will message them. They are going to reply. Why do I say they are going to reply? Because that is something is going to happen in the future. First you message them, present, and then they are going to reply. After your message, they are going to reply. So you should use a future tense. So they are going to reply to you. So you ask them your doubt. Some 10 minutes or 15 minutes you are going to talk and they are going to leave. But later what happens? Again you start exploring and again you will get a doubt. If it is in office, if it was in office, or let's say in the past, if it was in office, you are simply going to go to them, take your laptop, you are going to go there, ask them, they are going to tell you in 5 minutes, you come back to your place. Again you get a doubt, you simply go there and you stand, whenever they are free, they'll look at you, you'll get your doubt resolved. But here the problem is, every time you cannot message because you don't know the other person's situation. You don't know what the lead is going through, like whether they are in a meeting, whether they are in some personal work, whether they are in some busy work, or they are doing some urgent work. We don't have a clarity. But in office, you will have the clarity because you can see them. What is your lead doing? Is he talking with your manager? Is he talking with somebody else? Is he in a call? You can really see it. And it is, I feel that the connections that you are going to create in office are going to be more. And as a fresher in the starting stages of your career, what is important is that functional knowledge which you get and also the connections that you are going to make around. Now, you can tell me, what is the point of me going to office when the seniors are not coming to office? Exactly. Extremely important. You going to office, you are not going to do anything. You are only going to enjoy the building, sit there. You are going to have a proper schedule. Morning 10 o'clock you are going to go, evening 5 o'clock you are going to come back. A fresher or a 1 year or a 2 year should prefer going to office if there is an option when their seniors are coming to office, because the ultimate agenda over here is to gain more functional knowledge in a quicker pace, to build connections. The connectivity should be built. So that is why if your seniors are also coming to office, then that is when you should try to go in office, because it is going to help you. Now come to the between scenario, like senior, let's say 5+, there are people like 2.5 years they are going to spend in a project, then 2.5 to 5. So these people, I personally feel this 2.5 to 5, they already have good amount of functional knowledge about the project. So it does not really matter, as long as they are very accessible to other people like freshers or new guys or seniors. As long as they are very accessible, it doesn't really matter where they work from. But as a fresher, the exposure that we have, the real-time project understanding is going to be a little bit less, because there are so many technologies that are going to be there, and it is important to build your connections as well. So I feel maybe the mid-experienced people from 2.5 or 3 years to 5 to 6 years, it is okay to be from work from home because it's not going to hurt much. But at the starting stage, you should definitely prefer work from office so that you can get more exposure. Now then there is a question, what about money? If I'm doing work from home, I'm going to save a lot of money in comparison to work from office. But you really think about it, you start thinking about it. When you think about it, how much is a fresher salary? Let's talk raw. There is no need to act like, yeah, let's keep it raw. So how much is a fresher salary? Maybe 23,000, maybe 25,000. How much can you save? Tell me, how much can you save? At max 10, 15. See, I am not focusing on the fact that money is required, not the scenarios where, like, there are few scenarios where people even need the 10, 15,000 also. It is really going to help their family or really going to help themselves. But there are normal scenarios where people still, even if you don't save the 10 or 15, family goes smooth. I'm talking about this scenario where we are focusing on work and career growth. Let's say you are sitting in your home saving 10,000 per month. How much you are going to save? 1.2 lakhs. Very good. But what are you missing? Connectivity. You will create some amount of connectivity. Some level of connectivity is going to get created. But when you talk, you just think about it. How do you make friends? Online friendship is a lot different from in-person friendship. In-person friendship, it's going to be a lot better. So you know, I don't really think, if you have a situation where money is not the ultimate like goal, saving that 10-15 is not going to really impact you, then definitely you should try to work from office because of the other factors like career perspective, growth perspective, functional knowledge perspective, you are going to make good connections in future. These are the connections which are going to help you. And for a real-time example, if you ask me, how do you think these connections are going to help me? What is the point? When I was searching for a job via Naukri, it was really difficult to get a call all by myself. And one of the connection which I made in office, means a friend of mine whom I got introduced to in the office, because I had a personal connect with him, because we used to spend time Saturdays, Sundays, working days, we used to talk more. Because the friendship grew, he chose to give me a referral, and my first job offer which I got was via a referral. I'm not saying that outsiders will not give you a referral. No, there are people who are going to give you a referral, but this is a easy way. The connections are going to increase, and this is just one example. Now come to work from home. Now till now we have been only talking about work from office and the advantages and all these things. Come to work from home. I would say just a personal opinion, because again this is a situation that I have been through, so I really feel that maybe this is a good thing. Come to work from home. When we talk about the fresher experience, the main aim of a fresher should be to learn, should be to grow, should be to increase his functional knowledge. Salary, okay, for few months, until you get that technical skill, until you get that functional knowledge, until you are able to understand your project, understand the different technology, understand how IT works, you should learn. So once you do, where do generally people switch? Ask yourself, where do generally people switch? Starting 2.5. Now, in order to do the job switch, what is the most important thing you need? Time. Why time? Preparation. You need to be able to prepare for the upcoming interviews. Prepare for the upcoming interviews, future. So when you are in this period of 2.5 to 5, if you are in the period of 2.5 to 5, and if you are planning for a job switch, I think that is when work from home is going to help you. How? Let me explain. If you need to go to office, let's say morning 10 o'clock to 7 o'clock is the office timing. Do you think if 10 o'clock, when should you start from your home? At least 1 hour. It's not going to be like just beside your house, office is going to be there. No, you are going to start at 9 o'clock. You are going to get up at 6 o'clock and get ready, do this, do that, and all these things at least 7 o'clock, and then you reach your office at 10. When you come back 7 o'clock, again anyways it is going to take you 1 hour to reach. When you are going, it is taking 1 hour, so definitely when you come back also it is going to take 1 hour, so that becomes 8. You are already tired because you are outside, then it becomes 9, and the day is all over. And getting the excitement or the feeling to read is going to be little less because you are tired. And this is something I have really faced, because when I used to go to office, I used to wake up at 6:30 in the morning, go to office by 10-11 in the morning, come back home only at 9 o'clock, because when office is over at 7 o'clock, it's not like you will just come back home and be ready. You'll have other works as well. And when a Saturday, Sunday comes, you feel like 5 days I have worked so much, so let us take rest. And knowingly or unknowingly, time is going to get past and it is going to be really difficult. So, but when I was in work from home, when I am in work from home, I am not tired. Why? Because I don't need to travel. I don't need to travel in a crowded bus. I don't need to walk a lot. Maybe I go outside for recreation purpose or just for physical activity purpose. I might go outside in a day, but that is a different thing. I don't need to stress myself and travel. So that all energy is going to help you to study. That one little break which you take 4 to 4:30 or 12 to 1, if you finish the activity which you want to do, let's say 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, you decide to take a break. So 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, you decide to take a break. 4 to 4:20, you ate, you took rest and all these things. You can utilize your 40 minutes later. But this you can't do in office, because in office, everybody is going to be there. They'll say, let's go, and you have to go and come, and then you have to resume your work. Most important thing is when you are doing a job switch or when you are preparing for something, I really feel that you should opt for work from home if there is an option. If your company allows you, like, you can work from home, you can work from office. If you are really preparing for a job switch, or if you are really preparing for something else, let's say government exam, GATE exam, CAT exam and all these exams, you should opt for work from home, because it is going to give you the energy. If you take work from home, you are not going to get really tired. So, well, that's it in this video. So I really feel you have found something helpful in this video. So if you found anything helpful, please do like the video, and if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel.